Yeah.
Oh wow, everybody's here.
I've been doing some
Are
stuff.
we up now? Are we alive?
We are live.
Are we alive, guys?
We're live. Yes, we're live.
Sorry, we're late. There was some last minute
Changes.
stuff with scheduling, but we made it. We're okay.
Made it.
We're
gonna
alive.
play a game, and it's gonna be fun.
Gonna be fun.
Hopefully.
Just don't look at the title.
I do wash my hands. Excuse you. Right when you said that, I was opening.
So
Twitch.
mean.
I was looking at it. Grapes, how dare you accuse Suriel of not washing her hands?
With what sink?
Prestidigitation. Duh.
Yeah.
She doesn't have prestidigitation.
Well, shit, she's got that hat.
How did the Magi, motherfucker?
Oh,
Yeah,
fuck.
I got How Did the Magi now.
Fuck
you.
Alright, you know what? You got me.
And then it changes it in parentheses, except for Suriel. Charlie certainly doesn't have to because she uses fire. So, like, no bacteria is living on her
three
hands.
grubby peasants and a one fastidious bitch.
Yes, exactly.
Dare you, Uktuk is not a peasant.
I mean, he ain't nobility.
He's a paladin, excuse you.
But again,
Not anymore,
he's
he's
not
not.
nobility.
Look.
Oh,
Look.
fuck.
Look.
No.
No, you can't save yourself.
Ixnay.
No.
No,
you can't
you
save
look.
yourself.
We're Thrune agents now. We're no longer peasants.
No, you're still a peasant.
Shut the fuck up. Just don't look at the title.
Anyway, I'm gonna do the recording bit. We're gonna roll right into this because we got some shit to accomplish.
You can already tell I'm getting in character. I'm ready.
Yeah, and you can also already tell I have taken my nausea medication today.
Ooh. Everyone's ready.
Nausea medication is code for weed.
What?
Exactly.
I mean, it really is good for that. Anyway,
It's really good for that.
doing the bit, and then we're gonna run things and see what happens. So, starting with the top, me, am I recording? Abso-damn-lutely. Jess, are you recording?
I am.
Schles, are you recording?
Maybe one day.
This is good.
Keep making me wait for answers. I'm so
I
anxious.
said yes.
I did
You
not
were
hear
muted.
No, I am muted.
you. Okay,
It was
All
not
right.
heard.
I may have said it too quietly to be heard.
that is entirely possible. But I heard you that time. Oni, are you recording?
Yes.
And Uktuk but Angie, are you recording?
Yes.
All right.
Inky sound.
Then sync clap in 3, 2, 1. Our story begins, as such stories often do, with the bushes getting tired of being beaten around and deciding to beat back.
What?
That make any sense to anybody?
No. Wait.
Beating around the bush is an expression.
I was gonna
These are-
say, Charlie.
Did
is
Greg
no
get
longer
laid
beating
again?
Around the bush, she's getting.
No,
beat
the
up.
topiaries. The topiaries animated to fight Charlie, remember?
I recognize the individual parts, but when you assemble them as you did, it's nothing.
That's fair.
You know,
I tried
yeah.
something and it didn't work, and I'm just gonna move on.
I mean, I didn't want to assume Jaina's bodily hygiene.
Hygiene is not the word.
Anyways. I hate
Yeah,
you,
we're not
Grooming?
We're not here yet. Grooming is the appropriate word for it, but that's not what we're discussing because 4 bushes came to life at Zane's behest because Charlie wanted something to beat up.
Are you sure we're not talking about?
I'm talking about plants.
Just wait. We'll talk about something
friendships.
else, I'm sure.
Is a creature called a living topiary. It is a plant. It is a shrub that is carved into the shape of an exotic animal. There's 2 elephants, a giraffe, and what looks to be a lion.
Has Charlie seen an elephant? Guess you'll die, Grapes.
Yeah, they're all medium sized, but that's the shape they're in. Yeah, and they're plants that walk around. And yeah, Charlie, as you turn around, you notice they are advancing upon you. How does Charlie respond?
After I smooch Zane, I'm gonna turn around and I will pull out the Staff of Fire, and I'm going to twirl it around like a baton.
Unnecessary fighting twirl that literally does nothing. But
Yeah,
it looks cool.
I'm just putting a little flair on it.
It might be the somatic component for a spell.
Who knows?
Yeah,
we don't know how Charlie
and
casts
I'm
her
just
spells.
gonna throw a burning hands at it. I just want to like just make motions because if you remember, I crafted a pointy end of that staff so it could be used as like
A shank.
a weapon, like a shank. And so I just basically want to like use all of my what's the word? I just want to use my staff for, I'm not going to waste any of my spells. I'm just going to use the staff for burning hands and produce flame. And I'm just going to start things on fire. And then I want to get close to one of them and like a javelin, I just want to start stabbing one of the topiaries. A la like Office Space where they're beating up the fax machine.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, like, the staff isn't doing what she wants. So then she's gonna throw it aside and pull out the dagger and start shivving one of the topiaries in anger.
Jesus. So the you throw off of burning hands, and two of them are just burned to like the effect of a skeleton, where like all the leaves are burned off and like the branches are all singed. No. And it's just the branch left. Like the two of them are burned up like that, and they just fall down. And then like the one that you beat up with the staff, and the one that you stab with the knife, like it doesn't really hurt them, but they obligingly like fall over after a little bit.
And then the dagger's not good enough, and then I'm just gonna start like just punching it with my fist.
And and I say like the weapon not being super effective because it is just like a shrub.
Right.
Slashing at a shrub with a knife isn't really gonna do anything.
It's like the same principle of like beating up your pillow when you're really pissed off at
somebody.
Exactly.
You're burning off energy.
Yeah, exactly. And then
that's why I said like they obligingly like you shank it 4 or 5 times, and then it kind of like dramatically falls over.
Oh no.
What?
Oh no, that was me being one of the topiaries. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
You're stabbing me. Oh no.
It hurts so much.
Yeah, like over your shoulder, you can see it. Like Zane is, like, he does a big hand wave, and the circle of runic letters appear around his hand, and then he puts it through, and he's very clearly controlling the shrubs with magic. Like it's not just like does a puppet motion and when it falls down,
like some ventriloquism, like, oh no, that hurts.
Really hamming it up.
Yeah, he starts doing little voices like, I am vanquished, rent asunder by your violence.
You're just gonna hear just under my breath, again, references like the Christmas Story where Ralphie's beating up the bully and he's just muttering under his breath, "You know, good right, son of a bitch, motherfucker." That's what you're gonna hear Charlie going, just, "Dumb fuck, you won't let me finish a goddamn sentence. Fucking bullshit, cunt, fucking bitch. Where'd you come from?" You're just gonna hear her go, "Where'd you come from? Who are you? Fuck you." And you're just gonna hear her just getting angry and just and then she'll just kind of stop beating up stuff, and then just kind of breathe heavy, and just kind of kneeling in the grass on his front lawn. Just kind of done.
Ooh. I just remembered for the rule change that we are doing for hero points, since we're switching to the Fate style back and forth system, I need each of you to roll a DC 11 flat check for the starting value.
Oh. Oh
Cool.
dear.
You got it.
Just tell me if you succeed or not.
Oh dear.
I got a 10.
It's a 12.
no. I got exactly an 11.
Plus.
He's dead. He fucking died.
They.
Who died?
They fucking died.
I rolled a 2.
Oh no.
So we start with 2.
Oh.
That means James has 2.
Yep.
Oh.
And as you do this, Charlie, roll me an Arcana, please, or a Deception for an influence.
Now, am I using this? You're asking me to roll it just one dice, or is this for with the hero point?
Well, that's up to you. This will be your third influence with Zane.
You know, I do kind of want to. What do you guys think? I think if we keep building influence with Zane, it's going to be a good in. But
Build that influence.
Do
Do
it. I'm having trouble with words. Wow.
All right, so you are spending down to 1 available, and you can roll twice and take the better result.
here we go. That's a 27.
Oh yeah.
Perfect. Love it. So, that is your third successful influence with Zane, which is where you unlock his benefit.
Whoa.
Let's
Okay.
go. Would it be?
So he watches you do all that. He kind of plays along with them, and when you finish, you kind of look up to where he is, and he's standing by the door. The door is open, and he kind of waves toward the open door with his other hand and says, "You want to come in for some tea and talk about it?"
Yeah. And I'll just get up and just kind of physically exhausted and kind of shoulder slumped walk in.
Yeah, and hopefully you're gonna wake up a little bit, because one of the first things that happens is I'm gonna switch us to the map, because he is gonna begin giving you a tour of the manor.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Fucking go.
Once
You
I-
didn't even have to ask.
Once I realize that I'm inside the doors, yeah,
Well,
that's what.
It's important to note that as soon as you step in the hall, like you step off the mat on the inside of the door, get like 1 foot on the tile, and as you're stepping forward, he does the like arm straight out to stop you.
And I'll stop.
You know, like how you'll see somebody do like with a passenger in a car,
Mm-hmm.
like that move, like stops you.
Like your mom saves you in the car when she has to
And-
brake really hard type arm out.
And indicates 4 tiles in the next row that are slightly discolored,
Oh.
and informs you that will trigger a fireball trap.
My God.
I
Yeah.
will go, ooh, but then I'll go, oh yeah, because as I look around, I'll go, oh yeah, and just nod my understanding.
So I have taken us to the map, and here it is fully revealed. He shows you the whole layout of the house. And when and if you come back here in a not guest capacity, let's say, you will know where all the traps are.
Nice.
Yes.
So this is the front. So this is where I'm sitting right now.
So this is the ground floor. This is the second floor.
Gotcha. Okay. So I'm just gonna kind of mark. I'm assuming like right around here, there's those 4 tiles.
Yeah. Yeah, it's right in that area. And then he turns to the sconce on the wall. And has you detect magic on it.
I will cast Detect Magic.
It is magical. It has a divination effect on it.
Divination effect.
And he then speaks a code word.
Huh?
The lantern sconce ceases detecting as magical, and if you look at the trap on the floor, it is also disarmed.
Ooh.
Okay.
He then says the code word again, and the trap rearms.
So this disable and enables trap. Cool. And I just nod and I go,
The manor didn't used to need such precautions, but since the reclamation took over, they decided it was the safest place to store dangerous and powerful relics. And, well, a thief broke in, stole a few items. And I've had to be a lot more conscious of security ever since. You wouldn't believe how many of my spells are dedicated to alarms.
I can imagine. I mean, this place is, first of all, gorgeous. Second, so big. And you'd have to have that type of security to protect it.
Where I grew up, 7 families would live in this space. Hard to believe it belongs to just one.
7 families used to live here? Wow.
No. He said 7 families would live in this space, like this amount of space, where he grew up.
And then I kind of hit my head and I go, duh, I'm sorry. On day. As you could tell. Just, yeah.
Just
Of
zooms
course.
out, and you look out the window, and more topiaries are on fire, slowly spreading through the yard.
Zone out, smoke embers, come back in. Love it.
Just lit up from behind by fire.
Yeah, and he shows you around the room. There is a few traps here and there. But the 2 rooms that probably would catch Charlie's eye the most are the study, which let me get my map that has the numbers on it so I can indicate which room it is correctly. This room here is the study.
Okay.
And it contains several magical items in glass, like in glass cases.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah. There is one of which is there's a robe. There is a couple of wands. There is a statue of a devilish creature holding a spear.
Ooh.
And then lastly, in a thick paned case that looks like it's made of greenish glass, there is a book. It
Oh.
appears to be made of. It has a leather binding of many small pieces stitched together. There are several layers of runes crossed out and written over across the cover and spine. And the book seems to almost shake when Charlie looks at it.
Oh.
It doesn't actually move. It just like
Just
you think you
vibrates.
notice it for a second. Yeah.
Looks like it trembles.
Charlie need.
And when he sees you looking towards it, he again urges you to detect magic on it.
I will detect magic.
What did you
So when you do, not only do you not detect any magic, the glass case that it's in becomes entirely opaque.
Oh,
Hmm.
interesting.
And I will just kind of cock my head in curiosity, and I'll look at Zane going, interesting.
That is a volume of great power from hell itself.
Wow.
The glass case is an exotic material that blocks magic, as you saw. I fear without the casing that it would seep into the very bones of anyone living here.
Ugh.
Fortunately for us, this case was here. It was empty when I moved in, but it seemed the ideal place to stash something so dangerous.
Just how much power to, of protection, that, wow.
I've only taken it out with temporary warding in the room and glanced at a few pages from time to time, but it contains a ritual that allows one to more heavily draw upon the powers of fiendish nature. Very curious, but I don't seem to be able to access it no matter how I try. It's as though I'm lacking some special quality.
Is it the language? Is it, I mean, we live in, where we live. So it's kind of like how we, learn a foreign language, but is it because of the language that
Have you ever
Blocking?
attempted to cast a cleric spell from a wand?
I have not attempted that. Is it
Here.
so?
He reaches into his sleeve and draws one out, a wand.
Okay.
Hands it to you. Cast this spell on me.
I will attempt to cast. And I'll start kind of waving it, and I'll stop and I'll go, what is it? I don't want to hurt you.
It's a heal.
Okay. Sorry. You never know.
Charlie hurts herself instead.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't want to hurt you. That's all. Sometimes cleric spells can be nasty.
Of course, but it doesn't matter really. No matter how hard you try, you won't be able to cast the spell.
Well, what if I lucked out and it would have hurt you? I would have been devastated. And I'll look at him, and with intent to be that kind of clueless, and they have that puppy dog eye kind of look like, but I don't want to hurt you. But let me try it. And I'll try to cast the spell.
Yeah, and the same as when you use your wand of mage armor, like you can feel the magic present in it, but it's like he said, no matter how hard you try, you can't touch the magic. It doesn't
feel it.
respond to you.
Type of magic that needs a person who is fluent in that type of magic. Makes sense.
Yes.
You're hard pressed to find someone around here, I'll tell you.
No, that's
Not gonna find anybody around here.
all the more reason to keep it locked up. Less
Right.
chance someone with the necessary abilities can detect it and come looking.
What's good is under that, because just looking at that book was so ominous. And she'll do like a, like when you get the willies, you kind of get the shakes.
Mm-hmm.
Goosebumps. Ugh.
But
And she'll kind of rub herself.
there's something else even more interesting I want you to see.
What's that?
So he takes you to this room in the downstairs.
Okay.
And this area is the hall library. This bits of furniture in the room, these are all bookshelves. They are floor to ceiling, like floor to 10-foot ceiling with the rolly ladder bookshelves crammed
A la
full.
Beauty and the
of-
Beast.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Except for one section where 2 rows of books at about chest level are removed. And there is another glass case with the slightly green tinted glass. And behind it is a sheaf of scrolls. They're kind of loosely bound together with these 3 metal rings. It's like a loose leaf 3-ring hole punch, but without the binder shell. If that makes
Yep.
sense.
It does.
And again, very leathery looking material the pages are made of. All the ink is this dark brown that can only be somewhat made from blood.
Gotcha.
And as you look over it, the letters seem to swim and move under your vision. That is an actual passage from the Book of the Damned.
I will look. I will, kind of, how you lean closer to kind of take a look at things, and then once he said it's from the Book of the Damned, I'll just
Charlie's going
ask-
full kid in an aquarium right now, isn't she?
wax fucking Luli.
Just
Yep.
nose pressed up flat against the glass.
Absolutely, she
And
is like
what-
in just a sense of wonder of like, oh, because it's like a museum, and just who doesn't like museums?
Yeah. What languages does Charlie know?
Give me a second. Abyssal, Common, Ignan, Infernal, Shadow Ton, and Undercommon.
Okay, so here and there, as the letters shift and move, you catch a couple of letters or a word of Infernal mixed in. But it's so sporadic that it's clear that it's written in several different languages at the same time.
Okay. So some Infernal, but a mix of many languages. Cool. And I turned to him at like kind of fingers pressed to the glass, like a la aquarium, and I'll look to him And I'll go, I bet if I cast Detect Magic, it does the same thing as the other glass, right?
It does.
So cool.
This one I'm less convinced has any overt magical power, but being a passage from the Book of the Damned, it surely contains some dangerous forbidden knowledge. When we first took over the city, Oppian, the damn fool that he is, wanted to auction it. An artifact like that would fetch hundreds of gold pieces on the market. But I convinced him the knowledge was too dangerous to let out of our stewardship.
I mean, that's like playing Russian roulette. That's not. Oh. I'm glad you talked him out of it.
Well, truth be told, my motives were selfish. I wanted to study it, but it's the damnedest thing. It's... I don't know. Can't read it. Not all of it, anyway. Get words here and there. There's elven lettering, draconic, but something else that I can't place.
So it's a mix of languages. So kind of like that book where it's just kind of unreadable. Well, not unreadable, but there's something missing, you said. Is it just the one that's missing?
No, you've seen the letters. It's impossible to know for sure.
I mean, you know, there's like
Nothing.
code breakers too, but that's too dangerous.
Now, there are those with the skill, but my academic career never brought me across the need for such things.
Can I do a perception check on the text to see, like, based on the characters in the book, is it just he mentioned Elven and Draconic, and I know Infernal. Is there any other characters that I can't place?
Roll
could
me
be
a
more
society.
Society? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, society is the skill that governs linguistics, codes. This exact kind of thing is why you invest in society.
Okay.
And what he is saying in game terms is he has not invested in society as a skill.
He hasn't. Okay.
Yeah.
17.
Okay, so looking at it, you do recognize what you're pretty sure are Elven and Draconic letters.
Okay.
And there are in fact one other language, but as you look at it, it's clear that the language itself that's missing isn't a fourth in the mix. Its characters are constantly partially superimposed over others. And you're pretty sure if you figure out what that language is and know it, that could decode the document on its own.
Okay. So, so just me thinking out, this is just outside of the game, thinking out loud. So he said Elven Draconic. I know there's a little Infernal in there.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's another language superimposed on it that could be what breaks it. Got it.
Yeah.
And I'll just kind of, once I've kind of done my Googling the aquarium kind of stuff, I'll kind of look around and go,
Yeah. What is your society modifier?
That's a +4.
Okay, so
I am untrained in society.
Okay. So yeah, you look at it and like cracking this thing, if it's possible, is outside of your capability.
Yeah.
But you know people that are like Suriel's trained in society.
Hmm.
You know, Uktuk's trained in society.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's a pretty steep society check to decipher the text without that other language, but it is possible. Charlie probably doesn't know that, but I'll tell you, the player, that, because
This is about the
that's the point of a party balance, is you get the character that has the skill to do it.
Hmm.
But yeah, for Charlie, it's you can't make heads or tails of it.
That is some gibberish if I ever saw it. I mean, there's some words I can, understand. Like you said, Elven, Draconic, but that is just a foreign language that, honestly, I don't even want to know.
Nor
But thank you for showing me.
It's a more sinister artifact than it even appears. That's parchment it's printed on.
Mhm.
It is angel skin.
Oh, okay.
My jaw drops. In her head, she's like, I'm not surprised, but and she'll kind of.
Yeah, like you thought it was human skin, didn't you?
Not gonna lie,
we're-
thought it was human. That's exactly what Charlie is saying. Not gonna lie,
Yeah.
and it was evil.
For
thought
the
it would be
benefit
human.
of you, the players,
That is a whole other level evil.
Yeah, for you, the players, the Books of the Damned are like real books that are written by an angel, chronicling the 3 different evil planes. The Abyss and Abaddon and Hell.
Mm-hmm.
And spent so much time and did so much research, gained so much like dark, evil information that when he came back to hand in these works, he was barred the ability to return to heaven because he was too tainted.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah, so if it is in fact a piece of the actual Books of the Damned, like he claims, these pages and the writing on it might be thousands of years old.
Get my grubby little investigative hands on it.
Yeah.
No, Uktuk's grubby big investigation hands.
I mean, you can both look at it, but
Yes.
yeah, that
Only
is
Uktuk.
yeah, that is the tour.
Before the tour ends, can I do a perception or maybe an outlaw lore to see are these glass boxes like on a trigger or any type of extra kind of security?
So they are all fully enclosed and locked, but it is physical, mundane paneling and locks. So you could either smash the cases apart or pick the lock or get the key. Same as breaking into any other thing.
Okay.
Yeah, the only thing that's special about these cases versus, say, a safe is that they are a transparent magic blocking material.
Transparent magic walking material.
Yeah, versus like iron for a normal safe.
Okay.
Yeah, but you can break into it same as anything else.
So like there isn't going to be an alarm that kind of like doo-doo, one of those like kind of.
You'd have to roll for that.
Okay. Could I roll just to kind of just out of curiosity?
Yeah, I'll let you roll an outlaw lore, but the DC is going to be higher than it would be if you were rolling thievery.
Gotcha. Okay. Let's see what I get. Well, that's a natural 20.
Whoa.
So
Okay.
that makes it a 30.
So
My outlaws plus 10.
you don't see any physical countermeasures, or anything, but you get the gut instinct that something that powerful, that valuable, because that's the other thing. He said a buyer at auction would give hundreds, plural, of gold for it. Something that valuable, one of those alarm spells that he prepares every day is probably on it. Remember, he did mention that he spends a lot of his spell slots on the alarm spell. So, dollars to donuts with your knowledge of the lore of outlaws and criminals. It's probably alarmed magically. The other bound in skin book in the study, also probably alarmed.
Gotcha. Cool. And the end of the tour, I'm just gonna look around. You know, just kind of, you know, how you kind of peruse like a library. You're just looking around and your hands kind of, you know, trace the edges of the books. And I will look and just kind of push the door open and I'll go, ooh, is this your room?
So his room is going to be upstairs. Up here is the master bath.
Okay.
That would be the last part on the tour.
Absolutely. Because I would just like poke my head like in here, like, ooh, that looks comfy.
Can it be a race car bed?
I mean, it's a I'm a rich noble asshole bed.
No, you're being ridiculous. It would be a racehorse bed.
You're
Oh my
right.
god, you're right.
Yeah, you like does the thing where you like opens the door and kind of leans on it in the door frame.
Oh,
He's
no.
holding the knob and kind of like using it as a, you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like
Kind of like leaning on the jam. Yeah.
Yeah, like throws the door open. You know, like this is the master. I've been sleeping here. Did you want to maybe compare spell books?
I'll take kind of like I'll trace
He
my
winks.
fingers on like the edge, like the hem of his like robe collar, and just kind of pull him in and be like, and then walk towards whichever room he wanted to go into. And I'll go lead the way.
Oh. And now Charlie's getting laid too.
Yay!
Absolutely.
Everyone's getting laid. Except
You
for-
get laid, and you get laid.
Except for
Everybody gets laid.
Except for Uktuk.
Yeah, and like good pull, Charlie. Like Zane's hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a redhead too.
When did Oni get laid? Or Oni? When did Surreal get laid?
Never.
Yet.
At a game, my mom's in the other room, and she looked at me when I said, "Yeah, you get laid, and everybody gets laid," and she looked at me like, what?"
Hi, Justice Mom.
Yep.
Hi, Mom.
Sometimes people have pretend sex, and that's okay.
Tell the
Right.
folks I said
Also, in this moment, at this part of the story, not yet. Before this, Surreal got laid several times.
Ooh, was it tutors? Ooh, spill the tea. Oh wait, I'm still pissed at you. Just
They're
kidding.
Yeah.
really,
Yeah,
real.
Surreal having big girlfriend in Canada vibes.
Exactly.
now.
That's what I was thinking. She's really real.
Before it fades to black, I'll say, as we're walking towards probably his room, I'll say to him, you know, it's a really cool thing that Steven does, is that if you give him a scroll, he slides all over it, and that's how I keep track of all my spells, is he just holds it in his head.
I thought this was
I'll
going
be like-
very different. I was very scared.
No, I feel like this is dirty talk for wizards and witches.
And I'll be like, do you want to see what he does with the scroll? You want to see in real life?
Oh god. Okay. Fade to black.
Absolutely.
You have a
We
scroll.
fade to black. No,
Yeah.
This is just trying to get a spell for free.
No. God damn it.
Just be like, if you don't have a scroll, that's okay. Like I can always buy one, but just if you had one lying around.
Let me check something. Okay. He does, in fact, he has a scroll of Dispel Magic on him.
Mm.
I will take that and I will just lay it on a table and just pull out Steven and just go, here you go.
Eat up. Num num
And
tongue.
you'll just see Steven just kind of do his thing. And
Well, while he does that, he flips to the page in his spell book with Dispel Magic on it and shows you what, like, the diagrams and...
wow. And then I'll
Like,
just go ahead.
I was gonna say, it's like wizard magic is like Doctor Strange, where he like waves his hand and runes appear in the air. So there's like detailed sketches of like there's a drawing of like a hand in motion at a couple of frames. There's sketches of what the runes look like and what they each mean. Like that's how a wizard records their shit.
I will look
Fucking
at the
nerds.
runes that he places in the air like I'm watching fireworks. And just be like, wow. And just like, like, ooh, ah, like that kind of stuff.
Really.
And
hammer it up.
then I'll just be like, all right, enough chit chat, and then I'll push him on the bed. And then it fades to black.
Okay.
Jess, I have a question.
What's up?
How does Steven absorb scrolls? Does he just sit on top of it and stare at it? Or does he like completely lay flat on it?
As previously established, it's you roll the scroll up into a tube and then he slowly swallows the whole thing.
Sex.
He's a little python. Like, he's gonna swallow
Steven's
it. Like,
just laying on the table, and the scroll is just slowly going down his body.
Yeah, just picture a snake trying to swallow a bratwurst,
Oh my god.
No,
but
I
it's a
don't
rolled
think
up
I
scroll.
will.
He's
like
He's gonna
he's
be so
halfway done
chunky.
eating, and like I'll be like,
Okay,
this has been
what
fun.
about a manicotti? That's a little more like it's a rolled up.
Zuccotti manicotti. Sorry, that's
Yeah,
He's gonna
a
be so
python.
chunky.
A python trying to swallow a burrito.
All right, this isn't corruption of champions. Let's move on.
All right. Yeah, so Charlie's gone for like 3 hours.
Right.
yeah.
The tour took time. Learning this, like the spell, technically takes an hour. But
Steven's having a good old time.
yeah,
Fade to
Yeah.
black.
so
Charlie,
No.
Charlie's gone for a couple hours.
Per level of the spell.
say
Oh,
what?
yeah.
Say that again.
It's an hour per level of the spell.
Oh, so 2 hours.
Also, you're supposed to make a check about it.
Yeah. I just figure we can. Yeah, we'll get that if we get to preparing spells before the session ends.
Mm.
Just remind me. But I wanna get through what everyone else is doing while she's gone, and then we can get back together and maybe actually do some investigating because we keep getting sidetracked.
So Uktuk goes up to Suriel back at the HQ at the
Yeah,
bar.
go ahead.
Back at the HQ. Sorry.
Hey,
Meanwhile, back at the plot.
hey, I'm very sorry to disappoint you, James. Hey, Suriel, got any money?
Sorry.
What?
Just
So
just the way he said it.
I need you. So I need you guys to know that Grapes actually asked me out of character if he could borrow money before this. I had no idea he was gonna roleplay it, so Uktuk asking Suriel for money is not something I thought would happen, and it's great. Give me a second.
Oh, I'm back from muting while I was dolphin laughing.
Recenter myself.
Very sorry to disappoint.
Oh.
Back at the plot. No. Hold up a second. It's that meme. It's the meme where the guy looks at like a girl named Plot, and then Uktuk holds him back a bit. Like, nah, hold on.
No, excuse me. Oh my god.
I know the exact one you're talking about.
Oh.
So, Suriel, can I borrow some money? Go.
Okay. This is probably like 10 minutes after the conversation with Charlie just happened. And Suriel is just sitting at a table in the bar, fuming with a drink in her hand.
And then Uktuk's just there. Hey, Suriel, got any money?
She turned to look at him. With a mixture of disbelief, amusement, and anger on her face.
He's got like a piece of paper in his hand.
It's like, what do you need money for?
Alright, so I've been thinking about the whole... looks back and forth. Is the bar empty?
Yeah, it's early afternoon. The lunch crowd is kind of filed out, and the dinner crowd hasn't started coming back in.
So he just leans into Suriel and whispers, the devil night idea that I had. And I kind of realized I'm gonna need some money for that, and yeah, I don't have any.
She blinks at him. A couple times, actually. Considering how she wants to use her words.
Well, you see,
she's thinking about how mean she wants to be right now, essentially, and Uktuk, you can tell.
Well, you see, when you die and you go to hell and you come back from hell, they don't give you money when you come back. Like, the money that I had before, it's gone.
Do you have any idea of how much money you'll even need? What you need to get done? You just came up and asked if I need money, if you could have money without giving me any other information other than what you want to do. You don't have a plan?
I'm glad you asked, and he hands you the piece of paper.
What does this paper say?
It's a crude drawing of Uktuk in fiendish-looking armor.
Oh, out of character, all. Uktuk just wants to be, he just wants to have cool armor.
Uktuk just wants to be cool.
Wants to be cool. Suriel looks at this, processes it, passes it back, leans against the table with the cup in her hand, and is like, I can probably talk to Lady Magda about it, see if she can make you something. I can't guarantee that it'll work. If not, I'll let you know, and then we can look further into how much it might cost. But how are you going to get that done without it being suspicious?
Grandpa.
Okay.
See, I figured I would need a helmet and a glamour rune. I think that'll do the trick.
How much would that be?
James, how much would it cost to get a cool looking helmet? Like a cool fiendish looking helmet.
I have to see if I can find anything to go off of for a helmet.
I actually
how much
checked.
does
There's
the
not a
silent
whole.
of an artisan count cost?
I think the glamour rune is like 200-300 gold.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can figure that out off air. But
I'll just
it's
probably
definitely
say-
doable.
Yeah.
All right. What did I spend my money on? I technically in character didn't get that money. That was just stuff I had. Everything I have on me is on loan from the Baron.
Yeah. Like other than the amount that he gave us before we left, that's probably about all Uktuk has, and he might have spent it all already. So.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that money
because we
was.
summoned Uktuk.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It was just a nice summoning circle between friends and family.
Yeah, I have like 10 gold on me.
You should have like 60 because he gave us advancement of. Like,
Yeah,
50.
you did get the cash advance that everyone else got, so you should have some money.
I
but
used
you
it
spent some, I
on
know.
something.
You did.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
What.
Well, go back and look at that later. Make a sense motive on Serial, Uktuk.
Okay.
And I will make a deception check because
Okay.
I don't want to use that dice. Oh boy. Ooh. What'd you roll, friend?
Got 22.
I got a 25.
Oh, fuck you.
At the very least, Uktuk can tell something's bothering her and that something's wrong, but he can't tell what it is. And honestly, it could be a plethora of things. So, like,
What's
whether
wrong?
or not Uktuk cares. Oh, okay.
What's
Let's
wrong?
say whether or not Uktuk cares is up to him. Serial rubs her face and downs the rest of her drink, and then pinches the bridge of her nose and takes a few deep breaths. She's really good. She's really good at fucking with people. Lady Magda, I mean.
I see.
At this point, Suriel has processed everything that just happened down in the fucking basement. And she's just... I got overwhelmed. And... yelled at Charlie for being herself, I guess. I don't know.
Well, that is something that she does.
Yeah, but I shouldn't have yelled at Charlie for it. Ugh. It wasn't exactly her fault. Shut up, Schles. And, there's just so much going on. And I don't know how to handle it. Other than that, I'm just fucking tired, and I'm... she's rambling at this point. And so you kind of get the sense that Serial is just kind of talking at you and not really to you as a way to process more of her thoughts and feelings than anything else. And she finally finishes. You do kind of see some of the a little bit more obvious parts of her anxiety and anger fade away. I just think devils are hard to work with.
Yes.
Yeah, very hard to work with. And
Yes.
she kind of leans into Uktuk and says, I don't know if we can trust Lady Magda at all.
I mean, probably not.
She's a useful asset, but I don't know how useful she'll be. I don't even know she's actually my mom. I mean, we might look exactly the same, but again, this is devils we're dealing with. This could be anybody. And that completely threw off a lot of how I wanted this to go. So in the meantime, Serial will kind of put the cup down and stand up. In the meantime, I'm gonna go do some work. Get back to me on that Hell Knight armor shit you were just talking about.
Not the Devil Knight, completely different.
Oh my god, I'm sorry. Fine, Devil Knight. And let me know whenever you get back, whenever you get information on that, so I can see if I have enough.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You,
And she'll just walk. Mm-hmm.
Huh? I didn't. No, you can go. You can go now.
Okay. Snippy's out right now, correct, James?
Yeah, he is still sleeping on the rice bag where he was when you were down there talking with Magda. He has not come back up.
Okay, I guess Ariel will go down there to do this first before she leaves. Because I do have to do this. This is something I've been planning on doing for a while, and I keep forgetting.
I thought we let him outside. We were
we
he was
let him
scratching
out
at the door.
No,
Yeah,
he wanted
let him
back
out,
in.
and then he immediately
Yeah.
came back in.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right.
Like a
Yep.
cat.
I want the back in
Okay,
now.
continue. Sorry.
I want
And then he
outside.
went back
It's
to
enough
sleep.
outside.
I was stepped outside for 2
I
seconds.
changed my
I know.
mind. I no longer want to be outside.
That's enough
Between-
outside.
Between.
There,
Hey,
you keep
and-
me outside.
It's dinner time.
Right.
This bowl is fucking empty.
Bro, bro, where's my water?
I'm
Anyway.
starving over here.
Anyway.
You still have food in your bowl. No, I don't. You fuck.
Suriel just shifts the food into the middle of his bowl. He's like, oh my god.
Oh, thank
Seems
you.
to be this.
You're so kind to me.
She gently wake him up. She doesn't want to like scare him or make him any grumpier than he already is.
He's curled up in a tight ball, and as your hand
God,
like
the croissant.
as you reach, like before you touch, just one eye just
Over.
opens and
Ah,
fixes
yes.
directly on yours.
Mm-hmm. For someone who doesn't want to have a cat, you seem to know a lot about how cats work sometimes. Because I can do that to Bella right
Know
now.
thy enemy.
That's true, you're right. Because I could do that to
Yeah.
Bella right now, and that's exactly how she'd react if she wasn't in a deep sleep.
Yeah, yeah. The one eye opens. You see the pupil like focus, and he's looking you directly in the eye. Doesn't say anything, but he is looking you directly in the eye.
Suriel slowly pulls her hand away and sits down in front of him. I have a proposition for you.
He like
James, enemy
tur-
of cats.
turns from the side croissant like onto his back, stretches all the way out, rolls
Oh,
the
heck
rest
yeah.
of the way over.
Spread
to
the
get on-
beans.
Yeah, rolls the rest of the way over to get onto his belly and stands up.
Big stretch.
Big stretch.
Mhm.
And then standing, he does the like fingers interlaced overhead stretch.
Oh, that's a good
And he
stretch,
goes,
though.
"I'm listening."
God,
He likes
I
a
just did that
cigarette.
stretch. It feels so good.
He lights a cigarette.
1 second.
Do you want one?
No, God, no. I cannot.
Little cat-sized cigarettes.
Tiny. It's like the candy cigarettes you'd buy as a kid. That's
Yeah.
Filtered or unfiltered?
Come on, son.
yeah.
Candy.
You think
Oh,
he's
God.
got time to filter
Filter.
his cigarettes?
Had to ask.
It's
He
all
barely-
or nothing, bitch.
The
He
filter's
barely cares
extra
enough to roll
money.
them.
The filter's extra money he doesn't need.
But Suriel will kind of gently reject the cigarette and will say, I have an idea that you might like to do. I know you're a mischievous little shit. And you like to
That's
mess with
not
people.
true. I am noble protector of household.
She looks at him. She doesn't have to say anything.
And when you don't respond with affirmation, he continues, I protect emergency food. That's important job, man.
Man, come on, dude.
Like,
Bro.
Give me some
no
credit.
respect.
Respect on name.
I protect emergency food. That is mine. No one else can have.
Right?
No, they actually do.
I
Like,
know.
It is.
if there
for-
is an emergency,
yeah.
they will give it out. Like, that's the deal.
Yeah.
That's why he hoards all the food, so he
Come
can
on.
distribute it during a crisis.
Like, come on, you gotta trust me a little bit more, man.
Yeah, he's like, come on, where's my respect, bro?
It's like Suriel kind of smiles at that. I know what you do in your job. And sorry. You're right, that was a little bit disrespectful. I mean this in a way to mess with our enemies. Is what I'm getting at.
Something like this, and he snaps his fingers, and when he does, like, just on the edge of your perception, there's this wave of energy that fills the basement, and suddenly, from every crack and crevice, roaches begin crawling out and swarming over everything. And as they do, the air becomes notably heavy, damp, richly scented. And you start to feel yourself asphyxiate a little bit, because like there's air to take into your lungs, but whatever else is in here is displacing the oxygen. So no matter how deep a breath you take, you're not getting anything.
Suriel nods very quickly, like, yeah, that.
And then he snaps again, and it's back to normal.
Jesus Christ. An example wasn't necessary, but thank you, I guess.
Well, example is important because now I explain why I have limit. This power I have, I keep bug away, I bring bug in. I can only do in home. So, if you want me to do such things, I'm losing the accent. I'm trying so hard.
It's okay, you got this.
You
You're
want
doing
to
it
help?
so well.
Out there, I cannot protect here. Do you understand? Only one place I can have magic.
Suriel
But-
takes a moment to think.
But that little fucker, and he points, and I alluded to this off air, but back on the room, like at the workbench, Magda has a scroll with a copy of one of Rosalago's ward seals taped to the wall, And on the bench, she is tattooing that ward seal onto Brexter's chest.
Did he point at Brexter when he said that
Yeah.
little shit?
Yeah, is that little shit though. Once he is protected from sight, the magic sight, not sight, but
Yes.
well, he can be your mischief maker.
Suriel kind of. Let me try that again. Suriel's eyebrows raise a little bit. Okay.
Between you and me, he would be doing it if you didn't ask.
I kind of got that feeling from him, actually. Yeah.
It's like, that's their deal, right? Like Tinder Devil.
Mm-hmm.
They lighting fires is meal for him. He has not lit fire in days. He's hungry. He will hunt as soon as he is able.
I see. Okay. And yeah, he kind of sees Suriel's eyes shifting as she's thinking, clearly making plans.
And as you look over, like Brexter has a sock in his mouth, as Magda is just like by hand tattooing this symbol on his chest with silver ink.
Suriel frowns a little bit, turns back to Snivy. I will literally never do something like that to you.
You couldn't.
That too. I mean, unless you just wanted a normal tattoo, then I'd find a way to get you one, but like I highly doubt.
No, like my body will not take.
Oh, right. Yes, that also makes sense.
You like with the hand, like he's holding a cigarette between the two fingers on one hand. The other hand, he like pinches and grabs at his forearm and pulls at it a little bit, and he says, "It's not meat like yours." We're not made of same stuff. That's why you will die and I will not.
I might die. Depends on what I do. Suriel kind of squints, looking up
Maybe
into the
tomorrow,
distance for a second.
maybe in a year, maybe in 50 years, you will. And I'll be here, watching over your grandchildren.
Character, ouch. Ah. Wow. That is like the sweetest but also saddest thing he could have said.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, because remember, like,
Yeah.
they don't even conceive of time the same way you do.
Also, no, Slash, she's not looking to become a lich. There's several different ways she could gain some sort of immortality.
Yeah. There are.
Lich is like the very last thing she'd ever want to do. It's so much fucking work. Suriel will dig into her bag of holding, and I think at this point Suriel would have probably figured out his favorite type of snack or treat. Yeah.
Yeah, it's cheese.
I mean, yeah, obviously, but like a pastry type thing, something that he could rarely ever get. That's not cheese.
I don't know why, but I think butter cookie, I think, is what it's gonna be.
Yeah, it sounds like a butter cookie. Yeah, it sounds about right.
Lemon cookie.
Mm-hmm. It's a man of culture, I see. She'll pull out a... I love fucking
Man
lemon.
of substance.
I fucking love lemon flavored stuff. She'll pull out like a small box of them and just hand it to him. Like, I was saving these to give these to you at the end of the week, but I think you are these now because that was very valuable information.
Yeah, leans forward and sniffs the box with his hands down at his sides. And then he like rears back and then sniffs at it again and then kind of very gingerly takes it. And then immediately clutches it to his chest like how squirrels hold nuts.
Yeah.
and he kind of like fiddles with it and gets it open. Takes one out and crams the whole thing in his mouth.
Yep.
Which, like, he is cat sized, so I imagine that's quite a feat.
Serial is no longer surprised by the things he can do.
Yeah, and it's like a cartoon where you can see it horizontally in his cheeks until he starts chewing.
She smiles like, oh yeah, I did a fucking good job. That's what she says to herself in her head. Before probably fist bumping him and standing up and letting him go about his business. This just doesn't really need any more from him right now. She considers talking to Lady Magda right now. She kind of looks over at the scene that's happening. How much longer do I think this is gonna take?
Like, she's about 2/3 of the way through.
Serial will come back later.
Yeah.
Serial will climb back up, and then she's gonna go. We're spreading rumors, friends. That's what we're doing before we go to see Opian or Opian, whichever way we decide to pronounce it. I can't remember. I already told you that. Well, I told you one of the rumors that I wanted to spread about the Braden family, James.
Yeah. Yeah, you want to spend some time doing that?
Yeah, the second one is thing is a little bit weird that ever since the reclamation came, people have families have started going missing. You know, sights of ghosts and possible devils have popped up. You know, things have been going a little bit bad. Type of trying to spin it that way. Like, hey, maybe they aren't doing as good as a job as people thought they would be.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, those are both things you could do. So,
can't remember. Is it diplomacy, deception, or society?
Society feels right for that.
Yeah, society.
Because the important part of spreading a rumor is knowing which ear to whisper it in first.
Mm-hmm.
I strongly disagree.
Okay, Celeste, make your case. I mean,
it could be any of the three, so.
I think deception is the skill that should govern making people believe things that aren't true.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, the way I envisioned it is if you're actually trying to like make a case to convince somebody, that's deception. But if you're trying to just like spread a rumor,
like the spread rumor feat also calls out deception, I believe.
It does.
Yeah. Oh, if there's a feat for it, then we use those rules. That's the general specific rule.
Okay.
So rumor. Must be an expert in deception to take it.
I can almost take it.
Also, a weird thing about that is apparently only you have to be a member of the Firebrand, so only members of that organization.
Yeah, I remember we talked about that. It's
yeah,
kind of
and that's one of those cases where I'm willing to waive it because, like,
makes no
obviously
sense.
Obviously not.
Like anyone, literally anybody is able to spread a rumor.
Nobody knows
as
how
long
to
as
spread rumors, okay? Norgrim makes sure that's the case.
But the other end is that does require a feat to do so.
Mm-hmm.
So you would you don't have the feat to effectively spread rumors, unfortunately.
I'm just trying to get something started, you know.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to go out and lie to a bunch of individuals and hope it adds up.
Yeah, I mean, Serial already does that on a daily basis, so like, deception.
Yeah, give me 2 deception rolls, one for each thing.
18 and 21.
Okay. I will make note of that and we'll see what happens, because even if a rumor is successful, it starts to, it takes some time to spread, so.
Yeah.
You wanted to influence Oppian today?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Where
This is
art
going to be
thou,
going
man?
for your third as well.
Mm-hmm.
And it is Sunday. So, on... Yeah, I'm going to say on Sunday, he makes a big show of pulling a patrol shift on Sunday.
Seems right.
So he's just going to be kind of standing in the town square, walking a beat like a regular cop.
I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna roll a stealth check to see if he notices me.
Okay.
Serial is just stalking him from the shadows.
That is the appropriate verb.
Sure.
Especially
is.
if you've memorized his schedule. That's pretty
Yeah.
stalkery.
That's 18 could be better, but
All right. I need to
You
pull
know,
up his
no
character
rogue.
sheet for his perception DC. What did you roll?
18.
Yeah, he does. His perception DC is pretty high.
Yeah, I thought so. I rolled a 10, so like it's kind of standard for Surreal.
Yeah. It's almost like he's a cleric and he invested in wisdom.
Man.
What? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sounds gay, but okay.
So like you think you're doing a good job, you get like within a couple of steps of him, and then like without looking, like he doesn't move or anything, he just says, it's the little shuffle you do on your right foot when you take the weight off. It's what gives you away.
Surreal looks down at her feet like, wait, what the fuck? Like, holy shit, I do that? She squints and then she looks at him.
And he turns around and like with stone face, deadly seriousness. If you're going to try and get the drop on someone, you should really mind the weight balance. And then immediately turns to the smile like, I mean, come on.
Surreal kind of chuckles and shakes her head, relaxing. Like, fine, I'll try better next time. But it's not one of my best skills, alright? I'm working on it. And she's stretching as she talks. Everyone's got something they're not great at, alright? No one's perfect.
Oh, of course not.
I mean, I will be one day, but I guess I'll have to deal with it for now.
Yeah,
They say
don't
Surreal
tell-
is the best at being
don't-
humble.
don't tell nobody or anything, but and he just like the big comical like look around back and forth, then holds up his hand and he's like, I'm strong as an ox, but clumsy.
Surreal does the fake gas, clutch her pearls. Your secret's safe with me.
Yeah.
Internal shifty eyes.
Yeah.
And she'll just kind of pat his shoulders, like, what are you doing out here? It's rare to see you walking the streets like this, like a normal guard.
Every Sunday afternoon, I come down and show them that nobody's too big for the important work of public safety.
I
I
mean,
like to think it reassures people that I'm not removed from their concerns.
this is out of character laughing. Sorry. Woo.
Yeah.
Huh, yeah. Let me collect myself real quick. I'm so in character.
Oh, gee golly, it's fun being a swell nice guy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Jolly gee willikers.
Yeah, but important to remember, like, imagine all of this as played by Channing Tatum, because that is who
That's
Appian
mostly
is.
why I'm laughing. It's just so
Hey,
imagining
Miss Cereal, would you allow me to take you to the sock hop?
God.
Yeah, I dropped his art again, just as a refresher of what he looks like.
Oh God. Surreal's like, I mean,
Yeah, because he's walking the beat like a normal cop, but he's dressed in this like.
oh yeah. He's
Oh,
got the armor.
I've got another piece of art that's the full length.
Oh.
Like the suit of armor he is in is very elaborate.
He does look like Brennan Lee Mulligan a little bit. Well, now I can't unsee it. Thank you, Jess.
I'm hesitant to change it because I don't want you to kill Brennan Lee Mulligan.
I know, I don't want to kill.
I'm okay with putting the sword. I mean, like, not that I want any harm to befall him in real life, but like, this is what I meant when I said Brennan must be protected at all costs. Like, I don't even want to pretend to kill him.
I'm telling you, he can protect himself from the stories he tells.
Look, it's an expression.
But no, I don't.
But yeah, look at that armor, that like the sword,
right?
like he's got that shield on his back, not on his arm. Yeah, it's on his back. The like gold pauldron. He's trying to like play humble, but he's dressed like an asshole.
Sticks out like a fucking sore thumb. He's
Yeah.
like, well, you might want to start on the armor first if you want to make it seem like you're in with the people.
Oh, he like knocks on the chest plate with the gauntlet. And he goes, "Oh, this old rag? Personal gift from my mentor. I'll part with it over my dead body."
And who was your mentor? Sounds like an interesting story. She'll pull just a whole ass fruit out of her bag of holding.
Oh, you see,
Probably like a pear.
her name was Taleva Alamar. And I know, for the last 10 years or so, anyone who met her would know her as just a simple country priest, but she was quite the fearsome knight in her day. Terrifying, convicted. Saw potential in a poor lost soul like me. Beat me, pounded the flaws out like a smith working steel, and forged the knight you see before you today.
I am trying so hard. Out of character. Holy shit!
Out of character. Should I know this person?
You don't remember her?
Lawacre.
Oh.
That was the church raid.
Yeah, you killed one of her twins.
And then we killed her.
That was the church raid when she accidentally when she tried to raise her son. He came back as a ghast.
He's in for a good surprise later.
That's why I'm like, oh my.
If you don't throw that over his head while you're killing him, like,
oh man. This is me. Me Oni is like that's juicy detail.
Didn't Cereal land a final blow on that chick?
Technically I did, and then fucking Aldrich exploded in her vicinity and was technically the one who killed her.
Yeah, Aldrich kill-stealed her.
Yeah, Aldrich kill-stealed.
Well, Aldrich's dead now. So, again.
Yeah. So I guess technically that means it was me, so never mind.
Yeah.
I
mean, you dueled her in single combat and survived.
Yes, I did.
The only one who can prove you wrong is Charlie.
No, Charlie was knocked out at the time.
No one can prove you wrong.
Charlie was dying.
Yeah. Charlie was unconscious on the ground. So literally, I can't read Mr. Anvilsunder was I can't remember what Mr. Anvilsunder was doing. Anyways,
I think he was also down.
He was dealing with the ghast.
Oh yeah.
No, we had killed the ghast before we fought her. I killed the ghast.
That's right. She came out.
I cut its head off with my scorpion whip.
That's right. What was Amblsunder doing? I think, yeah, maybe he did get knocked out too, because she came out.
She came out swinging. She fucked us up, man. That literally took the wind right out of my sails.
Oh yeah, when he says the name, like there's a scar on Surreal somewhere. Flashback. Like the scar gets burns. Hot.
Yeah, it just tingles a little bit. Surreal. She tries her best to do the really nice fake smile, like, oh, that sounds so fantastic. And she says, well, I can't wait to meet her one day. She sounds like an amazing woman.
I hear she was ministering in a little town called Longacre. Maybe one day she'll come visit. Maybe one day I'll have call to go out there, but I'd like to see her again. See how her boys are doing. They were newborns. I cradled them.
No, he didn't.
It's what you do with babies when they're newborns. You cradle them, so because their necks are soft.
Oh, this is awkward. Ooh.
Oh god, this is awesome.
Like everyone's doing the shirt collar tug, like, I don't know.
Yeah, internally, that's what Surreal's doing right now. It's just like, Jesus Christ.
And hey, maybe while I'm there, I'll meet my best friend, Bolgart Kagan.
Oh, God.
I missed his birthday.
Surreal's smile slowly getting a little bit wider. The more he mentions people he knows in Longacre that they healed. I know.
He sang a really good Wonderwall.
Kagan was a bit.
Yeah, I know.
No one.
But at the mention of the twins, Surreal's smile gets a little bit wider. It's like, yeah, I can see you cradling a kid or two. It just seems right. Whether or not they're your own is irrelevant. But you have a gentleness to you, despite your demeanor and the armor. Again, she kind of taps on the chest plate with her knuckle. But like
even the ringing sound it makes is kind of like soothing.
Man needs to get into ASMR before he dies, before we kill him. Everything about him is soothing, and I hate it. No.
Yeah. Like in game terms, like he has the glad hand skill feat.
Ah, I see. Motherfucker.
Yeah, and as you stick with him, like he patrols the square, and everyone you run across, like he knows their name. He follows up on something they mentioned to him the other day. Like he is in his element here.
And Surreal is soaking up the information.
Yeah.
I mean, she's also doing the, like, trying not to be the awkward friend that you bring along to visit your friend's hometown and you don't know how to talk to anyone else that they know type. Standing in the background. She's trying to, like, stand next to him and be active in the conversation without being awkward, which really isn't hard for her to pretend to be, but on the inside, there's a lot going on.
Yeah, and a few people, like, if they make note of you or you're between, like, in the path of him coming to the person, like, he will throw to you, and in a very, like, it's always something kind of, like, offhanded, like, oh, this is my fencing instructor. This, like, he's having fun with it.
Yeah, I see how it is. just being a little joker. Just being a little jokey. I see.
Yeah, because like, yeah, he's.
How else do you actually explain it?
Yeah, like, again, like just mechanical terms for context. Like he has a +13 diplomacy.
Oh boy.
Yeah, like he is charismatic and easygoing, but seems to know everything about everybody. And yeah, he has this like really wholesome quality where the fact that he knows everything about everybody isn't creepy, it's like reassuring.
Oh no. He's gonna die soon. Oh, I'm so broken apart by that thought.
Are you really?
That's what's going through Surreal's head right now. Oh no. I'm
Oh,
gonna have to
no.
kill this man. Sucks, I guess. And I mean, as they're going around, she's just making small chit chat of very vague but still quite interesting stories of things she did before she got to Longacre. Not mentioning before she got to Longacre, obviously.
No.
Yeah. You know, not mentioning the illegal shit.
That'd be helpful.
Yeah.
Stay on the legal nay.
Mixnay. So like she's got like maybe 30% of her stories that she can tell.
Yeah, well,
The
I mean,
others.
you could also give him the free of context. I recently reconnected with my birth mother, and it's difficult.
Oh yeah, she's like building up to that point. Like she's just they're just like kind of how you go back and forth with someone and just slowly building up to like the thing that you actually really want to talk about.
Oh yeah, you have to circle it for at least 3 hours, otherwise it's rude to bring up.
Exactly.
Neurotypicals. Ugh.
Fucking neurotypicals.
Hey, wait a minute.
Hey, you.
You're one of us.
Hey.
And as they're probably coming around to like the end, looping back around to where they started, Suriel will kind of rub the back of her neck and sigh. I do have something a little bit private I want to talk about with you. I mean, maybe somewhere a little bit out near the water would be better instead of the confession booth like last time. And she kind of smirks at him at the mention of the confession booth. Because that's what she's just been calling it. Not necessarily by its actual name. But I mean, because that's literally what it was. What's... Yeah, no, she's not gonna drown him. That would be stupid.
I mean,
Jeez.
he is wearing full plate, so...
And the water's right there.
Yeah. But it's broad daylight. And there's definitely people probably over in that area, so not yet. And she'll kind of clasp her hands behind her back. Whatever is your favorite place to go when you need to relax is fine by me.
Okay. Suriel,
Oh.
what are you rolling for your influence?
Because it's deception, diplomacy, and religion, right?
For him, yeah?
Yeah. I think I'm gonna stick with diplomacy. Because she is, well, I might do deception actually this time. You know what, yeah, I'm gonna change it up. Just, gonna do deception this time. Because, like, I mean, huh?
Hero point question mark?
Yep, you only have one, but you
One
can.
more, yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, it might be a good idea. What do you guys think? The rest of y'all.
How confident do you feel about using deception versus diplomacy?
I mean, they're both the same, so it literally just all comes down to whatever the dice say. And the dice.
Do you worry about rolling low and it being? Oh, this is an influence check. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
I am abstaining.
Grapes.
You do what you feel is right. Listen to the heart of the cards.
Sort of a consequence-based approach may not be the worst idea. Thinking about it like, what happens if we fail? Is it really bad?
Yeah.
And then we decide if we use the hero point or not. If it's not really bad if you fail, but it is really good if you succeed.
Well, the fate system specifically, because we remember we changed to the fate system. So
how much of
Well,
an influence
that's
have you already
specifically for
made?
hero points. You're at 2 with him. This would be your 3rd as well.
Mm-hmm. So it's like, me personally, I'd rather get it done now. It's best to get it done earlier on.
Okay.
So that we can have the benefit. Like, I'm not scared that if I roll low, it won't wind up bad. I think I'm just paranoid. So, yeah, I think I'll do there we go. Fate.
Okay.
Point. Jesus
Roll
Christ.
twice. Take the better result.
I'm gonna use 2 different dice.
Wow.
That's what I did.
It's always better to roll more dice than to roll the same dice more.
Right. Also, it's just fun to roll more dice. So, you know.
That's what I just said.
Clickety clackety.
Clickety clackety. That's a 22.
Oh.
Deception.
Okay. You have successfully influenced Appia Nevalindor.
Yay! I did not mean to
Oh.
open that. We did it,
So-
guys. Ooh.
Time kind of freezes when you ask for the check, and then like the die roll animation happens, the number comes up, the fireworks go off, and the success is in big green letters, and then the game unpauses.
You did it.
Like that animation was clearly to hide the load time while the game picks
Yeah.
which of the cutscenes it plays after.
Yeah.
I am thou, thou art I.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Thou has created a vow.
And from where you are in town, you can see the tower on the top of the fortress.
Mm-hmm.
He like kind of in the distance. He points to the top of the tower. He says, "From the top there, you can see the whole city at once. Breathtaking. Would you like to see it?"
Yeah, of course. Lead the way. She'll kind of
Oh,
link their
right.
arms.
Yeah, and like we can yada like well,
Oh,
we can cut to over this, but like he says well I in 45 minutes my shift is.
Me is what she says in response.
Yeah. Yeah, they get off, he gets relieved and he walks you back to the tower or back to the fort. And guess what you're about to get?
Oh boy.
Laid?
Benefit. Well.
Well, I was going to say you get to see the map
Yes.
of the fort.
Give it to me.
Yeah.
Give it to me.
So
Also,
this
I do, before we continue, I do need to read what Jess put in chat. Oh no, you're drowning. Let me throw a rock in there to help you get ashore.
oops.
Oh no, you're drowning more now. Let me give you another rock. Continue, James. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he as like going through the courtyard, he begins the tour by he starts to kind of recount the story of Exemplar
Mm-hmm.
that you've heard before. You know, he gives a lot more weight to some things because you know he's a cleric of Iomade. Of course, the story is going to matter,
Mm-hmm.
but it's the same general story. Like this is her dog when she's immortal. When she ascends, the dog like Jurassic barks, like it just kind of waits until it can go. Yeah.
It's Hachi all over again.
Yeah, and like went to heaven and then came back to look after the fort.
Mm-hmm.
The details that he adds, it's a little more on the like stuff Iomadai does and how the dog being from heaven matters, and nothing that's really too fun to talk about. But he cares because it's his religion. But what he does give you that you didn't have from the rumors before is that Exemplar only manifests when the fortress is under attack. So no amount of scouting or like, looking around would reveal his presence. Okay. He only like, if the fortress is under attack, he will then manifest in the yard to defend it.
Quick, punch the wall.
Oh, doggo.
Yeah.
Oh my god, he's here.
Yeah. He shows you around the lower area. There is, the confession booths back here. This is the main chapel. The main floor doesn't have anything all that interesting on it. Like, it is kind of mostly a church. This map is big, so I have to take you to the other map to go upstairs.
Okay. When they're in the chapel, Suriel thinks to herself, I fought in one of these. Stands there slowly nodding to herself like, I remember this.
Yeah, so if you see here, this circle central area is the tower. This is where you enter it from the second floor, and then this is a slice. This is the next floor up, and then this slice is the roof.
Okay.
Or not the roof, it's the highest floor.
Oh, okay.
But you get a full tour, and I'm not going to like detail all the rooms here. Later, when it's time to raid, as we go through it, I'll do the flavor text and all that as we go room by room. But
spoilers.
Suriel will know, like, same as how Charlie gets shown where all the traps are, like what the defenses are and all that. The two important things for the defenses, though, is that the top of the tower is also the roost for an ally that Oppian has, a friend. And sure enough, he walks you up to the top of the tower, and standing there looking over the city. Oh wait, I'm gonna drop the art.
In play or otherwise?
In play.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus, that's so cool. Oh, terrifying but cool.
Yeah, it's standing there. The sword is at his belt. He's just standing, arms crossed, like hovering in one place with his feet just barely not touching the ground.
I know what this thing is. Well, I mean, obviously he tells me, but has Suriel even heard of this?
He doesn't mention species or anything. He introduces this as Milendiel. And it's just, this is my friend and ally, Milendiel.
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel right now.
And like, is just hovering, looking out, without doing any moving any of the limbs or wings. Like rotates to face towards you.
Don't make eye
contact. And then you hear a voice from within the helmet just say, I have no time for such social niceties. And then teleports away.
Oh! It's like, man, I just wanted to show you a friend, but okay. But he's very fun to talk to.
Said the same thing. I'm like, but he's fun at a party.
Menzaliel is any works. Mill is outside the idea of pronouns and gender, if that makes sense.
Yes, that does actually.
But so why is the knowledge of the ages and, well, they come off sort of cold. It's more pragmatism, you know?
It's not really something they need to do. Not like us, where social life is part of survival. I mean, I'd get it. If I didn't have to communicate and talk to other people, I would probably be the same way. Comes off as cold and rude, but they have more important things to focus on.
They do. But, well, it's also nice to have a guardian angel. I think Mendeliel's presence is the only reason I got this job. They figured someone with a guardian angel must have the favor of the gods.
See why they made that assumption? Yeah. That, he's like, Surreal's not hiding, for the most part, the majority of her more positive emotions. He could clearly tell she's a little bit shaken, but in like a fascination way. Like, I want to know more. She's curious, but isn't gonna push it too far. She'll let him tell however much he wants to.
If you think just being around them is a lot, have you ever seen a Legion Archon in battle?
I even know what a Legion Archon?
Roll me religion.
Religion, oh boy, let's see what the dice says. An 11.
So you don't know the particular species of Legion Archon, but Archons in general, they're the, like, lawful good outsider.
Yeah, one tried to kill me.
They're yeah, and they are pretty hardcore.
Yeah, it's like more Vietnam flashbacks in Surreal's eyes. No, but I can imagine if they're anything like them, I wouldn't want to fight them.
You saw the sword hilt on the belt, right?
Yes, I did.
With no blade.
It looked awesome, for one.
When the weapon is drawn in anger, the blade is formed out of holy fire.
Real kind of like fans herself with her hand, like, oh my god. She's excited.
The skin of fiends tends to be resistant to harm. Resistant to flame or acid.
But not holy flame.
Burns through them as though it were nothing. It's glorious.
Sweating on the inside. Concern deep down. Maybe one day I will get to see that if all goes well.
If all goes well, the only time you see one in battle is when it's at your back. I wouldn't want to be the poor bastard trying to face it down.
Heard a weird sound outside. Jess!
I wrote in my notes, holy fire, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point.
She's sent me a photo and that's literally all it is. It's like, maybe I'm a bit biased, but I definitely would want them on my side instead of against me.
That's not bias. That's That's wisdom.
No, wisdom? I didn't know that was a word.
I tried to say wisdom and wise at the
Yeah.
same time.
I know.
It's
No, I'm gonna say he did it in character, so Suriel gets to pick on him. No, I'm just kidding.
yeah. No, actually, yeah. That's not crazy. That's wise stuff. Wisdom.
I'm gonna add wisdom to my vocabulary.
Well, I should know. I'm the wisdest there is.
She kind of playfully shoves him as they move along.
Yeah, you like playfully shove, but he like
Barely moves.
does not move at all.
Yeah.
It's like playfully shoving a tree.
Yeah. It feels pretty strong. Come on. Actually, you know what?
Yeah. Well,
You know
the
what?
full. I mean, like, it's like he's big and also is wearing full plate. Like a lot of inertia to overcome is what I'm saying.
I'm gonna make a strength check. Then I would guess athletics.
Yeah. You're rolling against his athletics DC though, so.
The time I roll a natural one. Of course. It's
What were you
still-
rolling for again?
It's just a fun little stupid little shove.
So it's the thing where like you go to do the stupid little shove, he doesn't move at all, and you kind of bounce off.
Ow.
Yeah, ping pongs off.
You
his
get
armor.
like, you like slide away from him a few inches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like somebody playfully shoving RoboCop.
Oh no! She just catch herself, laughs a little bit as they move along.
And as you're coming back down at the bottom of the stairs, he points out that like, oh, I didn't catch this on the way up. There's a flame strike here.
Oh
Wait, James,
Yes.
if I may.
Yes, you may.
Suriel critically failed a shove action.
Oh no! I'm on
Suriel
on my
loses
ass.
balance, falls, and lands prone as the shove action critical
Yeah.
failure state.
Yes, yeah, you go to
Yeah.
shove. He
On
doesn't
my
move
ass.
at all. You bounce off him and fall on your ass.
Oh no!
Oh.
I want the anime blush sequence
Oh,
to happen
and then-
now.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And then he like and then covers his mouth with his hand.
Suriel's turning pink, and she points at him. We don't talk about this.
About what?
Thank you. You understand. And she'll stand up, dust off her butt.
Yeah, and then you get to the bottom of the stairs. It's like, oh, by the way, flame trap there.
strike.
Flame strike. You know, that 5th level spell?
That would absolutely leave nothing behind.
Yeah, it's
Maybe.
bad news.
It's a good spell. I love it.
It is a good spell. It's really nice when it's not being used against you.
It's fire damage, but also
Oh.
holy.
Or why?
Yeah. Remember Milandel's sword? A whole room of it here. A holy flame.
Yeah, no, would not want to be here when that goes off.
Oopsie poopsie.
Just,
Yeah,
you know,
good.
I have some self-preservation. You'd be surprised.
Yeah, good. Luckily for me, I have this this key deactivates the traps in my presence, but there's also a password for them.
The quickest little Suriel's eyes quickly flicked to wherever the fuck he pointed. Or sorry, never mind. He's talking about the code key or a key. I guess.
Yeah, it's a key that's
Hmm.
like he has it in his pocket,
Okay.
like on a key ring in his pocket.
The quickest little eye flick down to where the key is, and then back up to him, and then smile. Bella, please don't be difficult.
Actually, no, it's on a lanyard, like an ID badge.
Yeah, that sounds about right for him.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just a key on a lanyard.
What's the password, Teehee?
Of course, he tells me password. So what's the password? Ooh. Hate myself.
Oh, he said that already. He said,
Oh yeah, I know.
like, I have the key. It turns it off in my presence, but just in case not, there's the password. This is the password.
I'm just doing a bit. Ooh.
Yeah.
Press his fingers together. And how long is the tour taking even?
So like the main, like the walking around the whole tour, like that's not long, and then I figured the bulk of the time and bonding would be just like standing up on the tower.
Yeah.
And then we just kind of did the flame strike bit at leaving the tower.
Yeah.
Mr. Query, can you please tell me the password?
The password.
Mr. Query, can you
Oh,
please
God!
tell me
I
the
hate
password?
that. I hate that so much. I hate it a lot.
Ooh.
I cringe. Oh.
I need you to do a bit as Uktuk and like just
Oh.
ooh.
I need you to never do that again.
What's wrong, James? You don't like the way I talk, ooh.
Oh, you killed Slessel.
Oh, I was worried. I'm like, oh no, they left. No, and he's back. They're back.
You murdered Sless. There is one thing that, before I forget, would Suriel, now that she's inside and has an in-depth knowledge, be able to, like, really pinpoint, because I think I asked this last time? I can't actually remember. The blinding holy light that's keeping people like Lady Magda or Brexter from walking around and being,
So the reason that Magda didn't want to is because like all the little celestials that are flying around would be able to detect her.
Yeah.
The blinding light you saw up there was something that was like Rosalago saw something that was way stronger than him.
Mm-hmm.
And just good bet that it's Melindil.
Okay. Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, Legion Archons are pretty beefy. Like if you check out their stat block.
Chunky
Quite possible.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure I clarified that for myself.
Schlessel, shenanigans.
Yeah.
I wanted
And
to
yeah,
do
there are a few other little traps and tricks and stuff throughout the fortress. And when you come back through here for the story mission, then you'll know where all that stuff is.
CR7.
And that's his support benefit.
Oh boy.
Yeah, Zane and Oppian both give you dungeon maps as their support benefit.
Oh no. Well, I'll keep going, Sless, if you need me to, while Discord is mad at you. God, they have so much health. Jesus Christ. I'm looking at their stats.
Actually look it up. Yeah.
Yeah. They're CR7 creatures.
Yeah. So when you maybe you go talk to your friend Uktuk, who's trained in religion and might know some things about what a Legion Archon is, because
Hello.
like you have the stat block, but Suriel doesn't.
Hey Uncle, what the fuck is this? Uncle Uktuk.
So yeah, if you talk to Uktuk and describe what you saw, I will allow Uktuk to roll a. Actually, no, you don't even have to describe it. You can just tell him, hey, what's a Legion Archon?
Legion Archon. He'd be like, oh, I know that. Yeah.
Yeah, and if you want to roll.
Me right now?
We'll do that after. We could do that after.
Well, I thought we were vamping while Schless was getting Discord figured out. So
I do want to do one last thing though.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Discord no longer angry. But I do still want to do this last thing. I guess it would technically be charisma. I'm trying to put my words together.
All right. What effect are you trying to achieve? What is the end result of what you want to do?
Oppian to have a crush on Suriel.
I mean, you're on an uphill fight. He's already.
Yeah, I know.
He doesn't just have a crush. He is in love.
Oh yeah.
So you're fighting an uphill battle. Like, it's possible, but
I mean,
it's going to take a lot of work.
Starting it, not immediately, but starting it at least.
Yeah, and also important to note, he's in love with somebody already that he can't be with because of his
religion.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know. I have plans. Don't worry.
Quick, make her roll twice and take the lower result as well.
No.
Ooh, send that hero point right back.
Yeah, right. It would
might
be
if you
now,
roll for anything
guys.
important. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why, like, what are you trying to do here? That's it? You're trying to seduce him?
Yeah, thank you. I could not find the word. Oh my god.
Seduce me.
All right. So, because of all the describing I did about why this is going to be difficult, I am flipping a hero point.
Rude. How dare you?
So when you roll this check, you will roll twice and take the worst result.
Okay. Does he like me? I got a 16.
Yeah.
God.
He respects you,
wait,
but he doesn't like you like that.
That was what Celeste said in chat.
Oh.
Oh, look, hold on.
He said,
oh,
does he like
I thought
me?
you were telling me
got
that's
a
what the result
16.
was.
No, I haven't rolled yet. Oh my
Okay.
god.
Roll 2 dice.
That was the result in the joke I made.
Yeah, that
Okay.
was, yeah.
Sorry, I didn't see that chat because I had a different window open at the time. So I just heard her say it.
What did we say? The roll was actually, what's modifier?
Oh, right. I didn't do that.
Yeah, I just...
Let's call this one a deception.
Okay. I was about to roll and then I was like, wait, I don't know what I'm rolling for. Please don't leave dice. That is 23. I rolled really well.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I rolled an 18 and a 16. Or not a, sorry. Yes, I rolled an 18 and a 16. There we go. I was right.
Okay, so you kind of sense, you get the idea in his head at least. Maybe not come around to it yet, but the thought is at least there.
Break those vows. Break those vows.
Vows.
Break those vows.
Break the vows. Break those. That's exactly what I'm going for.
About to destroy this man's whole career.
Yeah. Okay, now I'm done.
Like the top button in Surreal shirt just pops
Surreal
open
literally
somehow.
has a boob window.
Yeah, and the top button just gets a little undone. You're like, oopsie.
It's not a button. It's a corset. Jeez.
Jeez. Okay, don't go with the bit. Jeez.
Gosh.
Anywho.
Greg shenanigans.
Yeah, what is Greg's activity?
Greg is looking for someone to help him identify the site. We're not to identify it for him.
Okay. So the person that you know in town that is most acquainted with nature is gonna be Linton Demare.
Okay, well, not him.
Why not?
I don't trust him. He's got power.
He's got power. Oh, like 'cause he's on the council?
Yeah.
Okay.
Political power.
Understood.
I will throw it at a random person I deem to be a cleric.
Go to the Historicum. The nerds might have a look.
Or that.
On the town map, 6, the Cantari Historicum.
Yeah, sure. I don't know if. Yeah.
Okay. And you want them to look it up, figure out what it is?
Tell me what this is.
Yeah, you are charged a single silver piece for the service. The two people who run it are incredibly ancient and very slow. It's Miracle Max and his wife, whose name I forget. But they're just librarians who have a book on everything. They bicker and argue and flip through different books back and forth, and it takes a little while, but finally they come across some diagrams and some incantation notes, and they explain that the primal energies of the mushroom itself have suffused the scythe with the energy of drawing life from death. So what it does is it is a +1 scythe already. It does 1 point of poison damage on a hit, and if you kill a creature with it, you gain temporary hit points equal to the creature's level.
Oh, that's so nice.
Damn.
Oh,
Wow.
Okay,
Greg
cool.
squishy.
Back into the bag of holding.
can grapes use it is the question.
Yeah.
Not grapes. Sorry, Greg.
Is Greg trained in martial
Yeah,
weapons?
I mean, Greg's got hand.
Can Greg efficiently use the weapon?
Maybe.
It was temporary HP equal to the creature's level, right?
Yeah. And they're not cumulative. It's if you still have some when you get a new set, it is refreshed with the new number.
Gotcha. That was more or less it for Greg's plans for the day.
Want everyone else to note that Greg's plans for the day do not include telling anybody else about this.
Greg's gonna go tell Laura a secret and try to get close to her.
Loredana?
Yeah, like, hey, we should be friends. Those other guys are dicks. I'm gonna tell you something that I'm not gonna tell them.
Okay.
Greg, you're not much different. You're also a dick. Jeez.
Are you doing a deception for this? Or diplomacy?
I mean, I guess
Is the
that's
secret
up to you.
is the
Ray
secret
is-
real? Or are
Yeah,
you
the
making up a
secret
secret?
is specifically about the site.
Oh, then yeah, diplomacy.
$23.
Nice.
Yeah.
Right, you have one success with Loredana for influence.
Woo.
Just between us. Stand, right?
Of course.
Oh my god, she
Why
sounds
would-
so enthusiastic.
Who would I tell anyway?
I don't know who your friends are. When Greg leaves.
Greg, so much.
Greg is such a fucking lunatic. I love it. Oh my god.
Fucking know who your friends are. Walks away.
Oh my god. Oh god. Okay.
Oh my god.
That's That leaves us. Uktuk, did you do an influence already today?
Not yet.
Go, my
Uktuk
boy.
will find Jalila and kick down her door to wrestle in her court this time.
On a scale from 1 to 10, how literally are you going to kick down?
Kick down the door
So like a 10.
like a 10.
Like an athletics check, please. Just kidding.
Yeah.
You don't have any money to pay for that broken door. What are you doing?
Yeah. Roll the athletics.
Oh, snap! I called it. I'm sorry.
So, natural 20.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Perfect. Okay.
Can she
So,
deflect missiles the door back at him?
Yes.
Yes!
Deflect missiles the door.
So I'm gonna take us to the map of the prison thematically.
Yay!
So it's a pretty simple structure. You go out here, it's just 4 walls, guard posts at each wall. The office building is over here, barracks, kitchen, and this area in between is kind of been retrofitted into an exercise yard. There is like equipment laying around, and it is a like sand pit area, so you could very easily clear it out and use it for wrestling.
Wrestling.
Wait, this is like the prison?
Oh, yeah, I guess you wouldn't do it inside. Yeah, she has an exercise yard for her own use out here. That makes more sense.
I didn't realize it was like the prison. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, like that's where her office is.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Being the warden and all.
Yeah. So do I kick down the gates to the prison?
Well, the office is outside of the prison. It's this building here. But yeah, you come in and challenge her to a fight. She's like, fucking bring it. You go out there and natural 20 of that shit. Goddamn. I think you actually, like, yeah, destroy her this time. You got the adrenaline going. You got the win streak going.
He's feeling good. He's gonna be a devil knight soon.
Yeah.
He took his creatine this morning.
Drunk a
you-
smoothie.
I don't know any of what that means, but I'm just saying.
Had my pre-workout.
Here you go.
Yeah, just power bomber into the sand, knock the breath out of her for a second.
Did a Zangief level 2.
Yeah. And you have your second success with her.
Let's go.
And guess what?
What's up?
It's support benefit time.
Hey, nice.
As you help her up, thanks for coming out. I don't get to work out like this anymore, but like you showed me with this, like you're a real warrior, aren't you?
Yeah, I try to be.
Well, listen, I have this special prisoner.
No.
I haven't been able to get through to her, but I want to see if maybe you can.
I mean, it's worth a shot.
Yeah, it is worth a shot, but I mean, honestly, this is a last ditch effort. I've been trying since I got here, but well, and you know how Hell Knights are.
Yes.
And we're out.
Yes. Confirmed a rumor. Yes.
Yeah. So that's fun.
Woo!
Yes,
Hell
we'll
Knights.
next time we'll converse with the Hell Knight.
I can't believe. I can't believe the 2 closest people that we had to Oppian we murdered.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
That is
Jaina.
such a mind fuck. Like,
And then
how much,
Riley ran out on
interconnected.
Jaina.
This is crazy. This has been such a crazy episode.
God. This is the shit I'm here for, man.
Hell
Yeah.
I did forget to say it because I was worried about Discord and Sless and everything. But almost immediately after she was done hanging out and flirting with Appia and fucking Surreal went straight to the Swedish drop and started gossip girling with Jaina. Because like, what else is she supposed to do?
What
Like-
the hell is these things?
It's absolutely necessary for her character.
They
Yeah, of
are
course,
more of
Jaina
those
would love it.
little celestials you've been seeing like just flying around back and forth.
Okay.
Like those
They're
drone
little-
kind of things.
Yeah,
The
the
little
little
guys.
yeah. You know, little lantern.
I like to imagine as I walked up to the prison, they're just looking at him, and then he just like immediately clocks them.
Oh yeah, they're very visible.
I like to imagine when they move around, they sound like little motorbikes, but you can't really hear them because they're so high up in the atmosphere when they move around.
No, it sounds like when Navi bobs around.
Oh, okay, I kind of like that too.
It's a little like tinkling,
Yeah.
jangly noise. Hey, listen!
Ah, fuck, no! God, now I'm triggered.
Listen, hey, listen.
Hey!
Hey,
Listen!
Listen! Hey!
Listen. Oni, who are we gonna raid?
I haven't looked yet. Give me a minute. You guys continue vamping. Just not about Navi, please.
Fine. Tattle and Tail from Majora's Mask.
Better.
Hey, listen! Tattle also did that.
They did.
Gans is streaming.
Who?
Adam Ganser.
Hey Mr. Rabbit is also streaming.
Uh,
And Distortion Devil Hoomst
I
is,
know Distortion Devil.
Yeah, you do know Distortion Devil. You should, because you watch the Expectables.
That sounds like the name of a like movie boss for Chainsaw Man.
Distortion Devil, yeah.
Oh my god, Bob Ross is streaming.
Bob Ross is also streaming if we want to
The
read Bob,
Bob
Ross.
Ross?
The Bob Ross,
And
back from the
also-
grave to just paint
Just
some happy
to
little
stream
trees.
on Twitch. Also, so is one of my acquaintances who is an artiste. His name is Brachiozoid. He just started. It is an 18 plus stream though, so I don't think there are any kids here, but if you also just don't like seeing that stuff, maybe not. But we got a lot of choices today, guys.
Got a lot of choices.
Yeah.
Just send me one.
Let's go with Mr. Rabbit. He's a very
Mr. Rabbit? So we're gonna stream or raid to Mr. Rabbit. We all, everyone go over, say hi to Mr. Rabbit, say hippity hoppity, coming for that boppity.
This is now our property.
Bibbity bobbity, we're coming for that property.
That's our raid message. He's a very nice guy. Right now he's playing the Legends of Heroes, the Trails of Azure actually, which I have been trying to get into for a little bit.
Alrighty. So, until next time, y'all have a good one. Hopefully next week.
Guys.
Have
But-
fun.
Bye-bye.